Formula One arrives at the United States for the 14th round of the season, and with only 3 rounds to go, most teams now are looking at towards their driver lineups for 2022, and also which upgrades they were going to be bringing in for the next season. Nico Hülkenberg, though, was one of those drivers that would be rumoured to be departing Red Bull. Many drivers are now being lined up to replace Hülkenberg at Red Bull, especially after some poor performances from Hülkenberg and also some unreliable engines on also as well. Meanwhile, Aston Martin said they were only looking to round out this season in 3rd place and say they can't get complacent yet until they have confirmed that they cannot be caught for 3rd place in the championship. They said they would like to have won a couple of victories, but say that Vettel's podiums that they've achieved so far is a stepping stone in the right direction, and hopefully be able to push more for victories in 2022. Meanwhile, Mercedes are firmly still looking at 2021, with both Russell and Hamilton having a fair shot at beating Verstappen if they get their cards right. But Mercedes have yet to favour either Hamilton or Russell, meaning that they could end up one of them ending up on an unpreferred strategy in favour of the other, only for it to not work out at all in the championship. And Hamilton once again gets pole. Max Verstappen lines up alongside. He starts P2, where he wants to be. George Russell disappointed with 3rd. Fernando Alonso starts up in 4th, although will he stay there? We'll have to wait and see. Recent races say no. Sebastian Vettel starts up in 5th place. Nico Hülkenberg adding fuel to the fire of his departure, only down in P6. Charles Leclerc starts 7th for Ferrari. Daniel Ricciardo is alongside on the 4th row. He starts up in P8. Lance Stroll starts 9th, although he would have been 10th thanks to a penalty to Lando Norris. Carlos Sainz starts up in P10, although was knocked out in Q2. Pete Thompson starts 11th, with Esteban Ocon failing to get into Q3 again. He starts down in P12, another driver under fire. Danny Kvyat starts up in 13th alongside Lando Norris, who had a 5-place grid penalty for changing his gearbox. He starts in 14th. Alex Albon made it into Q2. He starts in 15th. Pierre Gasly, poor qualifying from him again, only down in 16th for the Williams. Yuki Tsunoda did a good job ahead of one of the both Alfa Romeos. He starts 17th, with Mick Schumacher starting up in 18th, down in 18th position, and on the back row it's Sergio Perez ahead of Callum Ilott, who starts last today for the United States Grand Prix. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of the F1 Project Phoenix, a 2021 career mode. Today we're doing episode number 14 for the United States Grand Prix in this first season of ours that we have in this. Well, it is, I can say for sure, it is coming back for a second series on F1 2021. But yes, we're getting to the end of this then. Can Verstappen win the championship? We'll have to wait and see. Can we get a good result to round up our position as well in the drivers? A lot of stuff is still yet to be unanswered, of course, and we'll see what happens. But of course, to the track action, we're down in P12 qualifying. Hasn't been a great lately. We haven't been in Q3 for a couple of races, but the Williams really isn't there. Race strategy, I'm going to change it up. I decided in the end that we're going to try the medium soft hard strategy again, because it did seem to work okay for us in Japan. So that's the strategy I think that we're going to go for. It worked okay for us in Japan, actually got a good result, as opposed to when we tried the medium hard soft strategy at Zandvoort and we just were nowhere in the final stint on those soft tyres. So it seems to be that this is sort of an OP AI strategy. We can of course extend those the medium and or the soft tyre strategy, less time on the hards at the end of the race. But 5 for lights come on, and away we go for the United States Grand Prix. It's a good start. Sainz gets away okay. It's actually one of the McLarens. I think that's Ricciardo and Stroll having a bad start. There's contact there as one of the Ferraris goes steaming into turn 1. We're coming around the outside, trying to go around the outside of it's just gone around the outside of the Ferrari there of Charles Leclerc, who's not had a thing. He's pushed us off circuit. He rejoined, not getting a warning for an eagle overtake, and we retain P7, although Lance Stroll now is all over the back of us. He's pushed us wide a little bit, but then we come back across him and retain P7 as we look now at the lead. Max Verstappen on soft tyres. This is unusual. It's a Red Bull 1-2 as well, with Hülkenberg up in second place. He's had a great start. Hamilton down in third. So this is not what Mercedes wanted. We'll see if that happens as we're watching Charles Leclerc. Confirmation he has lost his front wing, and he's holding up everybody now. The likes of Ricciardo, Alonso, I think that is as well, who is all sat behind him there, waiting to get past. Sorry, it was Ocon actually, not Alonso. Alonso was up ahead. We jumped to lap 6. You can see here we're catching George Russell. He's not been able to get past either Vettel or Alonso, and now he's only been able to get past now because their tyres have gone off the cliff only after 6 laps as well. And bear in mind they did do qualifying as well, so obviously they have been done quite a few laps. So we should be able to get maybe 8 laps of a soft tyre strip. We have a quick look at Russell around the outside, nothing doing there. Verstappen though has gone aggressive. He's on to another set of the soft tyre compounds. So that is definitely interesting what tyre strategy, whether he's doing a 3-stop or a very inverted 2-stop with a long stint on the hards. But either way, Verstappen's caught us on lap 9. He's coming. We've come up to P2. I think Hülkenberg is the only man stuck out in front. As Verstappen, he's got the DRS, and it's not Hülkenberg, it's Russell actually. Excuse me, who's stuck out in front, and we down to P2, and then Hamilton then is going to follow. So he started on the medium. He's gone to the softs now. A little bit early, I must admit. We're coming in at the end of this lap, but at the same time, the AI do suffer a bit more from the tyre wear at the end, even though they don't get punches as we come in. I hate the turn in the USA with the assists that I run, because it always slows you down. It's always a disadvantage pitting. So we'll see where we come out as Hülkenberg and Russell. Hülkenberg ahead of Russell at this moment in time, and then of course we got I believe that's Vettel and Alonso, and then the likes of Leclerc. Sorry, I think that's actually Sainz and Ricciardo. So we've lost 2 positions to Sainz and Ricciardo, and they come out ahead of Ocon and Norris as well, who's made up those spots after his earlier engine penalty. But lap 12, we've now caught up to Daniel Ricciardo. His mediums are starting to go off. We're on the soft tyres, fresh soft tyres, and there's just really no answer from the McLaren there. You can see there a little squiggle from the Ferrari up ahead as well. This is the replay. It's a simple, nice dive bomb down the inside and up into P8. And now we're all over the back of Leclerc now. Can we get past the Ferrari with ease? And we're in the slipstream here. Going to have DRS as well, and we're just going to dive down the inside of the Ferrari. Although Sainz does come back at us on the exit of turn 1, we're going to push him to the outside, make sure that we retain the position, and up into P7 as where we were. And now we look at the top 2. Hamilton is closing in on sorry, that's not Hamilton, it's Russell and Hülkenberg. Excuse me. I believe Hamilton and Verstappen have also pitted at this moment, as well as we're now catching up to Sebastian Vettel. This is a few laps later. We're going to simple move, dive down the inside and up into P6 now. So we're rapidly moving up the order. This strategy is working well as the medium tyres start to go off, as Hülkenberg has the lead now from Russell, and Hamilton is ahead of Verstappen as well, which is crucial for his championship. Hamilton though is Hamilton Verstappen so far ahead of the others. It's unreal the pace that they have compared to the likes of their respective teammates. as we're coming at the end of lap 18. Final set of we've gone a little bit longer on the soft tyres because we did a little bit more on the medium tyres. The hards are going to come on. I mean, we could have gone aggressive, gone on the mediums, but I think that we should be safe and go on the hards. We could have gone on the mediums. We did 10 laps on the mediums in the first stint, but I didn't. The reason why is I didn't change it in time, so that's annoying. There's I think that's Leclerc and excuse me. Yes, it's Vettel and Sainz. Vettel coming out the pits, and they've made contact. The man who replaced Vettel at Ferrari, both of them have lost a bit of their front wing. They're both going side by side. Vettel has the upper hand now, going through the S sections, but this is our time to build a gap as Daniel Ricciardo. We switched to his POV. He's now was closing in on Sainz for some points, but unfortunately for Ricciardo, he's out the race, so with an engine failure. We jump now to lap 24. We're catching up to 5th place Fernando Alonso, so we can catch him in for quite a few laps. He's been on those hards quite a long time. I think he did the Verstappen and soft hard. So we're catching up to Alonso here. We're going to be in DRS range soon. Not quite there on lap 24, but we're closing in on Alonso, and we do have DRS by the time we get to lap number 26. But you can see the effects of the Cosworth engine, and the Renault engine is a lot better than the Cosworth engine. So we'll try and have a look around the outside on lap 27, penultimate lap, but we do need to get this done if we want to do that. We have DRS down the long straight. Try to have a look around the outside. Nothing doing there. Alonso retains P5, but coming in then into the middle sector there, you can see the tyre wear is getting aggressive for us. We're up to 47%. Alonso's had a long time, and he's made a mistake. He's gone far too slowly into that corner, and we've taken full advantage. Dived down the inside, up into P5. An unorthodox place to make a move, but I mean, he left the door open, and he was just a little bit too slow on the turning. I reckon his tyres must be going off there, and Alonso actually comes in on the final lap. He's had enough. You can see there we haven't made contact with him. He's not going to change his front wing. You can see it. It's just purely for his tyre wear. He's got too much, and he's going to drop, I believe, behind Vettel, and there he is in the shot as we're watching the two Ferraris. Sainz has been lapping so slowly. He's been caught by his teammate Leclerc. He's still got Vettel, and Sainz did not pit to replace that front wing, and they've been slowing each other up, and I think Leclerc's going to end up in front of Sainz actually. So they come around the corner for a very respectable P5. We worked hard for it in the end, but P5 it is today. Hulkenberg P4, Russell P3. You'll be annoyed that he is so far behind the likes of Hamilton, Verstappen. Hamilton now in pole position to take the fight to Verstappen. Vettel, Alonso and Leclerc didn't get Sainz in the end, despite having to make an extra stop. Lando Norris did well as well, composed himself, P10, but obviously no points for P10 today, and moves up and will lose out as well in the championship there. Stroll as well faded in the first stint, not really sure what happened too much to him. Kvyat as well as the last man not to be lapped. Ocon as well, disappointing from him. He actually lost out, did a 3-stop, but still Kvyat also did a 3-stop, so he should have beaten really Kvyat. And then obviously Perez, Sonoda ahead of Gasly doing an extra stop than the fours, but still costly as well. And then obviously the last couple of cars, Albon, Islet and Schumacher doing a 3-stop as well. So Verstappen's lead has been cut to 10 points to Hamilton. Russell has slipped back to 3rd points. He's 3 points further back. It's those three with 2 rounds remaining. Obviously, if Verstappen wins, then he needs a 13-point advantage going into Brazil from the next time out at Mexico. We've closed up to Vettel, who only got 6th place today, as well. So that fight's definitely hotting up. Also hotting up is the constructors. We've jumped ahead of McLaren after they failed to score any points, so we're back up into P5, 3 points behind Alpine. Aston Martin looked too far ahead, Ferrari looked too far behind, so it's looking like a 3-horse race of 4th place for us as well. But yes, if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. You see plenty more episodes of the F1 Project Phoenix mod at 2021 career mode as when they come out. 2 rounds remaining at Mexico and Brazil. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.